Qusay Saddam Hussein al-Tikriti was the second son of Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. He was appointed as his father's heir apparent in 2000. Family: Qusay's older brother Saddam was viewed as Saddam's heir until he sustained serious injuries in a 1996 assassination attempt. Unlike who was known for extravagance and erratic, violent behavior, Qusay Saddam kept a low profile. He was married to Zahra Maher Abd al-Rashid, the daughter of Maher Abd al-Rashid, a top-ranking military official, and had 3 sons. One of the sons, Mustafa Qusay, was killed alongside his father in the shootout with U.S. troops. The other 2, Yahya Qusay and Yake Qusay, are presumed alive, but their whereabouts are unknown. Before the 2003 invasion, and like other members of his family and the government, little information is known about Qusay, politically or personally. It is believed that until the 2003 invasion of Iraq, Qusay was the supervisor of the Iraqi Republican Guard and the head of internal security forces, and had authority over other Iraqi military units. Qusay played a role in crashing the Shiite uprising in the aftermath of the 1991 Gulf War and is also thought to have masterminded the destruction of the southern marshes of Iraq. The wholesale destruction of these marshes ended a centuries-old way of life that prevailed among the Shiite marsh Arabs who made the wetlands their home, and ruined the habitat for dozens of species of migratory birds. The Iraqi government stated that the action was intended to produce usable farmland, though a number of outsiders believe the destruction was aimed against the marsh Arabs as retribution for their participation in the 1991 uprising. Iraqi dissidents claim that Qusay was responsible for the killing of many political activists. The Sunday Times reported that Qusay ordered the killing of Khalis Muhsin al-Tikriti, an engineer at the Military Industrialization Organization, because he believed Muhsin was planning to leave Iraq. In 1998, Iraqi opposition groups accused Qusay of ordering the execution of thousands of political prisoners after hundreds of inmates were similarly executed to make room for new prisoners in crowded jails. Death. On the afternoon of July 22, 2003, troops of the 101st Airborne 3/327th Infantry Headquarters and C Company, aided by U.S. Special Forces, killed Qusay, his 14-year-old son Mustafa, and his older brother during a raid on a home in the northern Iraqi city of Mosul. Acting on a tip from a cousin of and Qusay, a Special Forces team attempted to apprehend the inhabitants of the house. After being fired on, the Special Forces moved back and called for backup. As little as 4,101st soldiers and 8 Task Force 121 operators were on the scene. After Task Force 121 members took superficial wounds to their arm and calf, the 3/327th Infantry surrounded and fired on the house with a TOW missile, Mark 19 automatic grenade launcher, M250 caliber machine guns and small arms. After about 4 hours of battle, the soldiers entered the house and found 4 dead, including the 2 brothers and their bodyguard. There were reports that Qusay's 14-year-old son Mustafa was the 4th body found. Brigadier General Frank Helmick, the assistant commander of 101st Airborne, commented that all occupants of the house died during the fierce gun battle before U.S. troops entered. On July 23, 2003, the American command said that it had conclusively identified 2 of the dead men as Saddam Hussein's sons from dental records. Because many Iraqis were skeptical of news of the deaths, the U.S. government released photos of the corpses and allowed Iraq's governing council to identify the bodies despite the U.S. objection to the publication of American corpses on Arab television. They also announced that the informant, possibly the owner of the house, would receive the combined $30 million reward on the pair. Qusay was the ace of clubs in the coalition force's most wanted Iraqi playing cards. His father was the ace of spades and his brother was the ace of hearts. That night, and several nights following and Qusay Hussein's death, celebratory gunfire could be heard throughout Baghdad. Dozens of citizens were injured from bullets coming down. References. External links: Gulf News: Qusay given key role in war plans, March 17, 2003, globalsecurity.org, Qusay Saddam Hussein al-Tikriti, BBC News: Saddam's rival sons, September 10, 2002, BBC News: Saddam's hated sons, July 23, 2003.